The former mayor of a Kansas community who pled guilty to voter fraud last month is now being forced to report to Wichita's Immigration and Customs Enforcement facility tomorrow. That's according to Joe Ceballos' attorney. He pled guilty to 3 counts of disorderly election conduct and received a $2,000 fine and a suspended sentence. Ceballos is from Mexico but has lived in Coldwater since 1985. His attorney said Ceballos believed his status as a green card holder and permanent resident allowed him to vote. His attorney adds that Ceballos will follow the order to report.